So let's see. Fuel, more fuel. And at least that crew to full, because I already again managed to lose a few of my crew members, which is very nice. Such a short time of even doing anything and already lost something. So what would we like to have? Let's have one more of the turning jets and one more speed, I think. Should I take something else? Nah, I think that it might be just nice to have as much of speed and turning jets as possible, so yeah, I suppose I'm gonna be concentrating into that mostly. So let's take one more turning jet for now. That should make our travel quicker. So depart Starbase. And let's go and explore the rest of this area then. Rest of the solar system, there shouldn't be too much left for us to explore. Well, let's see. Just trying to see about where actually the planets are. There's at least here is one. Uranus appears to be here. But there doesn't seem to be really anything in here, is there? Nope, not a damn thing. So we have to be leaving from here soon enough to some other areas completely out of the solar system. Then we can be going to the hyperspace, so to speak. Well, at least there's still Pluto left. Nothing else though worth exploring. So then, Pluto. Entering planetary orbit, scan, auto scan. Barely anything mineral, but there was an energy signal. So okay, let's go and get this first of all. I suppose I'm just gonna be taking it first of all safely here and then go and see what is this exactly. It is a very, very interesting looking thing, I would say. Okay, well, let's go and explore. Mayday from surface. We have come under fire from an alien vessel we found hiding on the surface of Pluto. Captain, they killed Kowalski, Fritz, Shin, O'Donnell, Luigi and all three of the Lieberman triplets. We have returned fire, but our stunners can't penetrate the ship's hull armor. But Kowalski reminds me of, again, one person in Stargate, and then there's O'Donnell, Luigi. Fun. We are initiating emergency loss procedures. End of transmission. So it was a little bit hostile.
Attention, a big, mean, hostile alien vessel hovering overhead in an obvious attack posture. This is Spotty, Captain Fwiffo. I know you are going to torture me, so let's just get this over with right now. The coordinates of my homeworld, Spatiwa, are 241.6 by 368.7, and the ultra-secret Spotty Cipher, which is known only by me and several billion other Spotty, is Huffy, Muffy, Duffy. Sorry about that little mistake with your landing vehicle. I was so startled when it approached my vessel in a threatening manner that my automated defense systems fired on it when it got too close. I hope nobody got hurt.
Yes, automated defense systems. Yes, that's I believed it immediately. So you're a Spatian that we heard about that should be very scary little punch. Scared little punch. Cowards. So, don't kill us. So, attention alien vessel, identify yourself or be destroyed.
Of course. As I said, I am Captain Pluto of the Spotty Lordship Star Runner. Our sensors have tracked your entry into the system, which you are no doubt here to conquer. And while you are certainly welcome to do so, we would be greatly appreciative if you would please just go away and forget this star system ever existed. If you don't go, it will greatly complicate our master-slave relationship with the Ur-Quan, who stationed us here to watch over the Earthlings.
So... presenting that, nah. But yeah, we understand that sometimes these tragic misunderstandings happen. We grieve, but are not bitter.
Phew, thanks. For a minute there, I thought you were going to kill me.
How could I ever kill you, little Fwiffo? How could I ever do such a thing, Fwiffo? So, what are you doing here on Pluto, though?
About 20 years ago, this region of space was dominated by a loose confederation known as the Alliance of Free Stars, which was composed of the aliens native to these parts who did not want to be enslaved. They made a valiant effort against the superior Ur-Quan forces. It even looked like they might miraculously defeat the combined Ur-Quan armada, right up to the point at which the Ur-Quan totally defeated, indeed annihilated them.
That is sad. So what are you doing on Pluto? That didn't really answer that question yet.
When the Ur-Quan armada entered the system to subjugate formerly the Earthlings, the Ur-Quan presented the humans with the standard slave options. Join the hierarchy as combat roles and retain some autonomy, including the right to travel through space, or become a fellow species and return to free atomic savagery on the surface of their homeworld, encased for all time beneath an impenetrable force shield. The humans chose the latter option, and so were swiftly imprisoned on the surface of Earth. But the Ur-Quan didn't trust them to obey the restrictions, so they chose a small group of hierarchy combat starships from the Ur-Quan and Spartan fleets to create the so-called Earth Guard and station them at a base on Earth's moon.
That is very interesting, but would you please just tell me what are you doing on Pluto now?
Originally, we were stationed on Earth's moon, which made us Spatty a bit uneasy because with each passing day we grew more and more worried about the sneaky Earthlings making a surprise attack. Though the Ur-Red kept telling us that it was impossible since the Earthlings had no ships or weapons whatsoever. That made us feel a bit better, but when the Ur-Red left, again we grew fearful and decided to make a strategic redeployment to Mars. Later on we decided it would be prudent to relocate to Jupiter's moon, Ganymede, then later Saturn's moon, Titan, and finally here to Pluto.
So you just relocated all the time because you're so afraid of Earthlings, even though we have nothing. So what happened to the Ur-Rat stationed in the system?
The Ur-Rat contingent were supposed to be the toughest ridge crest, the most rigid flipper, yes, the backbone of the Earth Guard force. But they departed the system en masse not long after the last Ur-Quan dreadnought vanished from this region of space. They claimed to have received a direct order from their gods of evil and darkness, who had grown dissatisfied with the Ur-Rat's passivity and wanted them to kill, or at least torture someone soon. Personally, I believe they just got bored and went off to have some fun.
Yes, that's probably pretty true. So when do you expect the Ur-Rat to return?
Well, when they were pushing up into hyperspace 18 years ago, we asked them that very question, and I think they said something to the effect of real soon.
Real soon. So, what is happening at the base of Luna then?
We decided that if the Earthlings figured out we had abandoned the base on Luna, they would be more likely to try something sneaky. So, we rigged up some old service androids and ordered them to drive around on the lunar surface in bulldozers, endlessly pushing around the same piles of dirt. In addition, we connected the base's local radio transmitter to an audio Melnorme fun rum called Winky's Happy Night, hoping they would think we were still there.
So, what happened to the other Spatty ships?
Over the past years, it became necessary to redeploy strategically some of our Earth-bound forces to our homeworld in case of a sudden surprise attack by a vicious, unrelenting alien race which we spotty call the Ultimate Evil!
The ultimate evil. So, how many crew do you have on board anyways aboard?
Dozens, that is to say scores and perhaps even hundreds of my brethren stride through the corridors of this specially modified, super efficient, mass destruction-oriented starship, which could lay siege to an entire planetary system should we choose to do so, which, fortunately for you, we have decided not to do today.
Really? Are you serious? Hundreds? Come on.
I am undone. You are far too clever for a poor spapper like me, and now I must submit to your superior alien intellect. I guess I am not revealing any truly important secrets if I tell you that each of my species' Lunar-class void ships typically holds 30 spapper crewmen, though at present my vessel, the Star Runner, is not up to full complement due to the needs of my homeworld in their resistance against the Ultimate Evil. And in fact, my vessel is somewhat understaffed right now, seeing as how I am the only spotter on board, which is a bit frightening, as I am sure you can understand.
Yes, of course. It is quite understandable, so who or what is this ultimate evil then?
As yet, the ultimate evil remains largely unmanifest, and its powers and exact intentions are still a bit obscure, since it lurks just outside the range of even the most sensitive long-range detectors, which we feel gives conclusive evidence as to the ultimate evil's nefarious intent.
Yes, of course. Of course. So why are you still here, Captain Fwiffo?
Since it was our most powerful and unforgiving masters, the Ur-Quan, who stationed us here, we knew it would be grossly stupid to disobey them completely, but we decided it would be okay to send just one ship home. We used one of our most ancient and solemn rituals, Ur-Quan, to pick the lucky ship. Then, some months later, we decided that it wouldn't really hurt if we sent one more ship home. And then later we sent another, and then another. Well, you get the idea. Alas, as fate would have it, when the final ritual was performed, I, Fwiffo, was left here alone. For as even the most immature in wrestling knows, there must always be one spotter who puts the short top first.
And so you're here all alone. Well, where are the Ur-Quan now?
Our masters don't really keep us very well informed about their goings-on, so that all we know is that immediately after the subjugation of the last Alliance race, the Hut, I think, the Ur-Quan gathered their dreadnoughts and departed for the edge of the galaxy, commanding us to obey the slave laws or face their wrath when they returned.
So, do you know anything about other alien races?
We only know bits and pieces of what happened to each race. For instance, when defeated, the Yahat joined the hierarchy as combat roles, while the Cyrene chose to be slave-shielded on a planet in the Bug-Squirt star system. No, that's not right. I forget its name. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, the Shafixti. They were utterly wiped out in a gigantic blaze of glory.
What do you mean, Blaze of Glory? What happened to the Sophisti?
The Sophisti were half feral, as you know, having been uplifted by the Yahat just a few decades before the start of the war. Given their habit of detonating those suicidal so-called glory devices in combat, it came as no particular surprise to me when, upon the arrival of the Ur-Quan Primary Task Force at their homeworld, the Sophisti caused their sun to explode in a colossal supernova, destroying the entire planetary system, and not incidentally dozens of Ur-Quan dreadnoughts.
Okay, but yeah, that's quite logical, I suppose. I hope they are somewhere still. I'm sure we could use their help. So, what about yourself, Fwiffo?
Me? You mean me, personally?
Yes.
Nice of you to ask. I was born a poor green incrusting, the youngest child of a family of 18,487. My
That's a
male
lot.
parents had to work hard to support us, very hard. But each of my brothers and sisters and I tried to help out to make ends meet. The female parent was kind and sweet to all of us. Why, she once even called me by name. She said, "Fwiffo, Fwiffo, what a treat, a golden memory." I swiftly matured into a fine example of my species with my parents' assistance. Achieved independence. Specifically, they pried me from the door jamb and rolled me into the street. Thus prepared, I set out to make my fortune. I had great dreams in those days. Yes, great dreams. I knew that someday I would be vastly rich, wealthy enough to afford a large, well-fortified mansion. Surrounding my mansion would be vast tracts of land, through which I could slide at any time I wished. Of course, one can never be too sure that there aren't monsters hiding just behind the next bush. So I would plant trees to climb at regular, easy-to-reach intervals. And being a spotty of the world, I would know that some monsters climb trees, though often not well. So I would have my servants place in each tree a basket of perfect stones. Not too heavy, not too light, just the right size for throwing at monsters. I was thinking about what color the stones would be painted. Aqua, mauve, or magenta, when a vegetable cart came careening down the street outside my house, and knocked me unconscious. When I awoke, I was aboard the void ship Star Runner, headed for Earth. Apparently, I had been out of my head for quite some time after the accident, and with the assistance of some kind strangers, had been relieved of my funds and convinced to join the Navy, where I have been unpleasantly employed for the last 25 years.
Yeah, that's great. I feel for you. I'm so sad to hear that your mansion plan didn't work out. Did sound very, very creative. So, the galaxy teems with threatening monsters. Are you happy here? Alone and vulnerable?
How true, Captain, how true! In truth, just between us, during the past 7 years, I have been quite ill at ease, and yet now I find myself enjoying your company. This witty dialogue, and the presence of your huge, powerful, death-dealing starship, which, being my friend, you would certainly feel compelled to use in order to save me from any hostile life forms who threatened me with death.
Yes, of course. So, I'm sure you'd feel a lot safer if you were with us. Come on, Fwiffo, join our fleet.
Happy days and jubilation! I discard all prejudice and hesitations and accept and celebrate your offer of protection and your undying commitment to my well-being. I must wax melancholy for just a moment though, and make sure you understand that any other spotty ships we meet at large in the galaxy are not going to be quite so responsive to your friendly gestures as myself, since they bear more heavily the yoke of Ur-Quan enslavement and are also apt to talk themselves out of allying with a totally unknown alien, which I, having been left here alone, cannot do. Welcome me aboard, Captain.
So we got another little ship you can see on the right side beside our big ship, the little Spatian ship now then. Yes, we gained a new ally here in Pluto, but I think I'm gonna be ending this episode here now then, so I hope you enjoyed our little Fwiffo encounter, and I will see you next time in the Ur-Quan Masters. See you then.